This comes off an interview that President Donald Trump did with a reporter from the Associated Press. You want to see one of the ultimate flip-flops? Now, this interview took place on April 21st, and it was with AP White House correspondent Julie Pace and the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. And so they get into the issue of the dreamers. Now, the individual that is the dreamer is the illegal alien who has basically been here, came over illegally when they were young, and so they are considered the dreamers. And the thing is, in this statement, it's appalling. If you're a border security person, if you're a person who bought into what was pledged during the campaign to end DACA and DAPA, which was an Obama program for illegal aliens, you're going to be appalled. The question was, from the AP, dreamers, you've talked about them, you've talked about HART earlier. This is the one area where you have talked. Trump responded, no, we aren't going to do anything right now. Look at the dreamers. This is an interesting case. They left and they came back, and he's got some problems. It's a little different than the dreamer case, right? But we are putting MS-13 in jail and getting them the hell out of our country. They've taken over towns and cities, and we are being really brutal with MS-13, and that's what we should be. They're a bad group, and somebody said they are as bad as Al-Qaeda, which is a hell of a reference. So we are moving criminals out of our country, and we are getting them out in record numbers, and those are the people we are after. We are not after the dreamers, we are after criminals. So the AP reporter followed with this response, and that's going to be the policy of your administration to allow the dreamers to stay? Yes, that's our policy, and I am not saying long-term we are going to have to fix the problem, the whole immigration problem, but I will tell you, right now we have a great gentleman. One of my real stars is General Kelly, now Homeland Security Secretary Kelly. We are down 73% at the border. We are cleaning out cities and towns of hardline criminals, some of the worst people on earth, people that rape and kill women, people that are killing people just for the sake of having fun. They are being thrown in jails, and they are being all over the country, and nobody's ever done it like us. So we are being unbelievably thorough with that. We are out in Long Island cleaning out the MS-13 scum. They are all scum. That's probably the worst gang anywhere on earth. The AP reporter said, a lot of the dreamers have been hoping to hear something from you. I don't want to give them the wrong message with this. So much for unbiased reporting. Trump's response was, here is what they can hear. The dreamers should rest easy. Okay, I'll give you that. The dreamers should rest easy. Now, with General Kelly and Dana Bash of CNN, he made it very clear that they are not targeting, DHS that is, dreamers for deportation. That the department, and I'm quoting, has many more important criminals to go after and get rid of. Speaking on State of the Union, Kelly said President Donald Trump has told him to focus on two specific issues related to illegal immigration, and neither include deporting so-called dreamers, or, as they put, undocumented immigrants who are brought into the United States as children and grew up in the country. Here's the direct quote from Secretary Kelly. The president has told me to do two things. He told me to secure the southwest border, all of our borders, and of course focusing now on the southwest border, and to take the worst of those that are in our country illegally, take them, look for them, and deport them, so that's what I'm doing. Now, Kelly has told CNN that his plea to Congress is to pass legislation to deal with the issue, and here's what he says. My message, really my plea, and I've said this a number of times, both before the camera as well as in hearings, and virtually every single office I have with members of Congress, solve the problem legislatively. In the meantime, these people are caught between the law. We are not targeting them. The president obviously is sympathetic, but I just wish these kind of issues were dealt with legally by the United States Congress. So this DACA, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, is a Obama policy. It is not law. It is an executive or presidential policy, though it is in direct contradiction from existing and long-standing federal law. So in February, President Trump has previously told reporters DACA is a very, very difficult subject for me, and that he plans to deal with the issue with, and I quote, great heart. Now, I can only say this in direct response. This is a direct contradiction with the law. This is a direct contradiction with his campaign pledges and promises, and this clearly is something he said he would do something about on day one that he took office. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot also buy American and promote American workers when you're playing this political football game. You see, this is why we can't so-called drain the swamp, because already you have a flip-flop from the president, and people who were previously supported, who were placed into these positions to do something about it, it's pretty clear what's happened. That's why the holdovers from the Obama administration, like Kevin McAleenan, who has been nominated to be the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Commissioner, have continued to stay on. Yeah, we're not going to let this issue go because we have a direct contradiction, and now he's saying that they're going to deal with this issue with great heart, and they want the Congress to deal with it. Well, the Congress dealt with it a long time ago. It's called standing federal law, and we have yet another administration following the footsteps of so many before them, especially since the creation of DHS. They're going to play the game with the wall, they're going to play the game with the rest of it, and meanwhile, tens of millions of illegal aliens will get their amnesty.